Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Many Polos.
Flashback bodies.
Hitherto, the adventurers known as the Shadow Seekers all awoke, except Chauvin and Nuisance. After gathering themselves excited, they exited the alehouse and immediately found themselves locked in combat, not 100 feet from the tavern. The melee raged between the Shadow Seekers, a giant walking flower, a small earthen hill, and a huge, long, shaggy-necked haired, corpse-eating beast. Ash remained inside of the hill during the combat as it dropped on itself on her and a few other companions, and while the others escaped. Griselda remained unconscious, with the chunk of her hand still missing. Chauvin still lay unconscious at the doorway. I wasn't sure if he was going to be here. Nuisance, tied to Ash's sack, hung limply, unmoving, while a thrashing Ash inside of the earthen mound feels a sharp pang and a warm liquid gush down her thighs while suffocating in the earthen beast. Let's see what happens this time with the Shadow Seekers.
Dun dun dun!
Doesn't sound good.
That doesn't sound good at all.
And we left off with the two. It looks like, at least if the order kept itself correctly here, the two other long-necked beasts that are around that are eating bodies off to the side here, who wander slightly closer, it seems like, out of curiosity, and still munching on bodies, seeing how this endeavor goes out, and maybe looking, you think, hopefully to see if there's more bodies to be coming to them for a continual feast of theirs. And then the mound itself, with Mame on deck and Zolas following. The mound heaves itself up with Mame still waist deep in the mound, and that you see the legs protrude from the bottom again.
Does the mound look any different from whenever it first materialized?
It isn't. It looks basically like a mound, except for whenever it moves. There's legs that come down out of it, almost like tendrils of roots, and it picks itself up, and it's what it's going to do at this current point in time too, as it stands over top of everyone in this area.
Well, wait, does it look like we're damaging it?
It looks...
I don't know if we established that, or if we were just like blindly attacking.
It looks fairly pockmarked, especially with your companions having removed themselves from it, so there is just all sorts of earthen holes in this mound. It is mostly whole, though, as to what you can tell, from the outside. On the inside, it is still holding your one friend captive, and it falls back down on everyone.
I will escape!
Define everyone.
It can move that far, so it was here, and it moved there. So we've got Zolas, Warren, Ruvik, Griselda, Mario. I don't think it would technically hit you, Mame, but it would hit Flint because he was outside of the mound and had taken the time to move slightly. But you're attached to it, so you're like on top of it, and it's slamming its bulk from underneath down onto people, which is that attack that just came through of a 24 to hit and a 13 damage.
Jesus.
Wait, to who?
Ruvik, Griselda, Mariel,
And Mame?
Zolas. So it's everyone in this vicinity.
Is that me as well?
No, that was the only one that it did not hit. So it hit 6: Mariel, Griselda, Ruvik, Warren, Zolas, and Flint.
Wait, just now?
Just now.
For how much damage?
Although Warren did say he pulled you farther back out of there, so I don't know if you would be in that. Only because I do remember him saying it was like back by the bar. And that wouldn't have been where you guys hit, because it just kind of hit right on the corner of the bar.
Okay.
And
Good. I'm glad he pulled me that far back.
yeah, I think he was seeing you were hurt and still unconscious pretty well when you first came out. Oh, that doesn't matter. Okay. So, if the folks that are here, that are inside of that, could roll me a Constitution saving throw. See if I can do...
19.
Nice. Constitution. Oof.
Killer character. Do it.
I mean, you know, if we all die, that just means we have new characters to cosplay next year, right?
Mm-hmm. It's the plan.
Is that what everybody's goal is?
Guys, you guys are gonna get me killed in my very first battle.
I mean, if,
Like, my bad.
I just do want to say, if you know, we get a chance, I do have mangoes and basil. I have some healing things.
Thanks, guys.
You making friends with Warren, Ruvik, is the only thing that's keeping you alive right now.
Then
This is true.
I've got to do...
Remind me to buy him a beer if we survive.
Nah, I love you.
Who else do I have to roll for here? Griselda, that was a total of 23 additional damage, so that's another death save. She gets
Oh.
one death save, it seems like, when she comes. Flint and Zolas, you did take the blunt of the attack, as it were, with the 13 damage. But as it's trying to, you can feel almost, you realize at this point now too, that the mound itself pulling you in, it seems like, almost to its center, and you're able to fight that off though, and you're still above it, probably about knee to half calf into it while it's trying to pull you in, and you're looking at Mame, who's struggling to get out of the mound still, probably about 5 feet in front of you.
I'm not in it.
No.
Yeah.
And then I've got a roll for Flint here. And Griselda for that second part of the damage, technically, to see whether or not she does. Constitution. Roll. Ooh, that was a nat 20 for a Flint, so he just...
Oh, yeah.
he gets slammed into, but sees the struggle that's happening with his other companions and just rolls back out of to slightly outside of the dirt that's encompassing everyone else. That seems to be maybe pulsing now. Is that what
Pulsing dirt.
Fuck.
And gotta get one more here rolled. Griselda. But it is your turn, Mame, I would say. If you can picture the moment while I'm rolling here for other characters. Ooh. What's that? Griselda is slowly being sucked back into the mound as you can see Mario also being sucked into the mound.
Can I see? Am I like close to Mariel or Griselda at all?
You are. Ooh, I have to move it so that I can see you guys. It's the only way that it works. But Flint moved to like here, and you're like right here. Bob is not there. Bob is with. Oh, you should probably roll for me a Constitution saving throw for Bob, if you wouldn't mind, Ash, in the meantime. So I don't think we've considered him either in the previous attack. Although it wouldn't count for this.
18.
18. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, do you have his other stats and everything in there too?
Nope.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, should I, like, make him a character sheet and just add it to my stuff?
You can. That's what I've had, at least for Gunther's regard, for the other campaign, is that Gunther can gain levels, for instance. I figured that was more appropriate for a companion to be able to level with the person. As long as they're doing stuff, they get experience.
But being, like, a spirit of intellect, would he level up?
Yeah.
We all just a spirit of intellect.
I mean, technically. Just in a nice meat shell instead of running around in, like, a skull.
Yeah.
Or a snake body.
I'll work with you on it a little bit, but he was a giant constrictor in this form too. I think that's part of the health for that would change his health and stuff too. So Bob's a little bit more complicated in that regard because he kind of changes his meat shell, as you were saying.
Yeah.
So are you doing anything there, Mame? While we're
Yeah. So I asked you how close I am to them.
You're
Like,
10
can
feet.
I like touch them? No.
And you're seeing
So
the
is this
tops
like
of their...
accurate? So like Mariel's here
Yeah.
and Griselda is
Here.
oh. Okay. Okay, so they're close to each other.
Yep. They're
And
pretty
is this
close to...
accurate
They're pretty...
for the flower dude?
Yeah. It moved with the mound. I had to move the mound out of the way so that we could see everything, though.
So my closest, I mean, I know that I'm in the mound, but and those two are sinking back into the mound, but my like closest enemy and danger is this flower thing.
Yeah, pretty much. And you're prone, I would say, which means your movement is 0. You'd have to use all of your movement to basically get out of the mound. Is the condition.
Yeah, no, I don't want to move. So I have this copper cable.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to use it to either strangle something or pull Griselda and Mariel out, right? Or like give them like something to hold on to, so they don't necessarily like, be unable to breathe.
Where are you
I'm trying to figure out which one's better.
keeping the copper cable?
I'm assuming, because I have a lot of it.
You do.
And I'm assuming there's some of it like wrapped around, like across my shoulders. Right,
Okay.
I'm sure there's some of it in my bag. I'm sure I was just like, I kept grabbing it and I kept getting more, and so like I shoved some in my bag, I shoved some in my pockets, maybe like I wrapped some around my waist, wrapped some around my arms, maybe. Like I don't know, just like I can just imagine mom. It's like you have like 70 pounds of cable at this point. I'm just like fucking putting it wherever I can.
Okay. And
Um,
you're going to try and fashion it into a lasso, or are you just? I'm not sure.
yeah, and so I'm trying to think like. Is it possible? I see that Mara and Griselda are like 10 feet away from me, and this
Mhm.
flower thing's like 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty confident that I can like strangle the flower thing, but I feel like it's more important to keep Mariel and Griselda from like disappearing again. So what would I do if I was trying to like throw it to them as like a lifesaver, kind of like help, like lifeline thing?
You did see them both be eyes closed, absorbed into the mound.
Oh, so they're in the mound.
They're yeah, largely in the mound. You might see the tops of their head from here, but no appendages that you could foreseeably loop it around
damn it.
very well.
Okay, so there's nothing I can do for them. Damn it. Why aren't there explosives? We need more explosives, Josh.
Hey, that's you guys. You got some ethanol, I know.
I had acid, but I threw it and it hit a tree.
You tried. Okay, so I'm gonna do none of that, and I'm gonna attack with the 3 vicious hand axe.
Okay.
And I'm gonna throw 1 at the flower dude, and I'm gonna do my best to do as much damage with 2 of them to the mound.
Okay.
So 21 to hit,
That ought to do it.
the first one. 23 to hit for the second one. 8 to hit for the last one.
The last one,
So the first one's at the flower, and the last 2 are at the mound.
go ahead and roll damage for the first 2.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a nat 1 too for that last one. You got +7 there.
Yeah. Alright, so 7 for the first damage. So 7 to the flower, god damn it, and then 5 to the mound.
Damage and 5. You see your first hand axe sail forward and slice off a leaf of or a petal of the flower, and then as the second one goes out and sails forward, it sinks deep into the mound, almost disappearing is what it looks like. And then the final one you throw even harder, hoping to hit something maybe in the center of the mound, and you just throw it as hard as you can down into the mound. And as the first 2 come back to you, the third one does not.
What?
So you have 2 of them in their sheaths that they teleported back to.
Okay, listen, guys, we gotta kill this bitch, because I want my axe.
Zolas is on deck if you were with Ash following. Is that all you had there for your turn? Because I think that
Oh,
was...
yes, that's all I can do, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
'cause
can't
it's
move.
your-
I can't.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna yell at everybody and say, we gotta kill this bitch.
We've been trying for 2 sessions.
We gotta rally.
I hear it.
Gotta believe to achieve.
What you doing there, then? If you're finished with yours, then it'd be Zolas with Ash on deck.
Am I grappled?
You are not. You are standing, like I had said, probably only about calf deep in the muck that is making up this hill.
Yep, and I have spared the dying, but Griselda is already dead, so I can't use it on her. So she sucks. Can I reach into the mound?
You've seen other companions do such, yes?
I'm gonna try and reach in and try and feel for organs,
Or like, okay.
like vitals. I don't know, body parts, internal mechanisms.
Roll a per. Are you? This is your action, right?
Well, I'm gonna use shocking grasp when I touch it,
Okay.
but
Okay. Fair
Yes.
enough. If you wouldn't mind, then rolling me a perception.
okay. 14.
14. You reach into the muck, and your first attempts at such, you're about half of your forearm's length deep into it, and it's warmer than you thought it would be, as you hadn't been able to feel it as well through the clothing you're wearing. But as you're getting closer to about elbow, almost half of your upper arm and close to your shoulder, you feel what seems to be a hard, woody root, maybe, but it's pulsing softly in your hands.
Yes.
It's a dick.
it
Shocking
off.
grasp on its dick. Yeah, I'm
Him
gonna
where it
lightning it.
counts. Fuck yeah.
That'd be a critical hit, right?
Better
I don't
be.
know.
You gotta roll.
I got a 13 though.
To hit,
Yeah.
I did not.
Okay.
Does it have to make a spell save? Because isn't that or a
It's
constitute?
it's a melee spell, so I
Ah,
melee spell.
okay.
But I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna ride it like a mechanical bull.
Well, what I would say then, what would happen for it is it felt your presence essentially as you were about to release the shocking, how shocking your touch might have been. It shook you off, and you released it into the muck, and then hurried up and grabbed it again. Then,
Okay. Just like arms deep in this thing. Okay.
yep.
Cool. Nice. I'm riding it out. Okay, that's it.
You do feel the muck kind of writhing around you. It was moving towards you. It's moving a little bit away after that shock, though. Was that the extent? Any
Yeah, I'm
bonus?
not gonna move because
Okay.
I want to have a hand on it next time around.
If you're trying to, yeah, that would be, yeah, I think that would be good. But then it would be Ash's turn. And I didn't get to your character sheet, but you should be at less than 25 health, so it was 25 damage from that original hit, which I was telling some people there. But you are conscious, just suffocating currently too.
Yeah. Yeah, I did take damage last time. I don't know why it's not showing.
Yeah, I don't know either. It still says 38 on. Oh, there we go. That was a quick update too.
Okay, so I'm suffocating inside of a giant dirt ball and I can't see.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And there was a pain
What?
in your lower abdomen and warm gushing liquids coming down your legs.
nice.
You would need to roll me a... Oh, what is it now here? Oh, here it is. Grapple creature has effect. Why doesn't it just tell me right there? I'm pretty sure it's a and or related to strength saving throw to get out of there. In athletics, yeah, because you're basically kind of swimming in muck.
Okay. I was gonna say, could I stumble my way to an edge and use a dagger to just like get myself out of this dirt clod?
Roll me in athletics.
Oh, bad. My athletics are bad. Oh god. A 4.
Okay. You are swimming and you feel a soft, cool breeze as your fist breaches with the dagger and you're sucked back down in. Could you also roll me 4d6?
Yeah, totally. Nine.
The pain intensifies in your abdomen. Could you also roll me a constitution saving throw?
A 4. Ah! It hurts. I hate this place.
Your level exhaustion increased by 1, so now your saving throws have a -2. If you guys remember, I should have remembered this myself, so it was my own fault. But the saving throws are -1 currently. But for you, it's -2 for your second level of exhaustion now, as you're getting these cramps. You can tell you're familiar with this spiking pain now inside of your abdomen.
Hold on. I'm marking this down.
But it is far greater than you've ever experienced in the cramp department.
I'm just gonna scream that I want out of there, just at the top of my lungs. I want out of this thing! While holding my guts. Was trying to escape my action.
Yeah, I would say so, because it was technically your movement, honestly. So if you wanted to do something else, I'll allow it.
I was gonna say for my action, I was thinking about just casting a spell.
Sure.
Just filling this place with fire.
Do what you're gonna do.
I want to use Burning Hands. Burning Hands is a second level spell.
Does that require a semantic and a verbal?
A verbal, I know. Yeah.
So it requires both of them?
Mm-hmm.
As you trying to say into the air around you, which isn't air, your mouth starts to fill with the muck.
Oh god.
Oh, Jesus.
And you start choking while you're still unable to breathe on it.
I would say like that's what I would do. Like I'm just trying to escape out of this hole now, out of where I am trapped.
Okay. If that was all of your turn, then I know Flint's on deck after this creature that's up. Then the flower, which is next to you, Mame, and you just
Got it. Cut that bitch.
you did. I was trying to come up with a more eloquent way of saying you'd relieved it of one of its petals, but I couldn't for the life of me on the spot. It moves backwards on its viney feet slightly, so that invokes an opportunity attack from you. I'm not
Fuck
sure
yeah.
what you're attacking with at that particular instance.
I want to attack with my Bejeweled Great Axe of Justice.
Do it. What you've got slung over your shoulder, as per usual.
Cha, 23.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'll do.
Fuck you, flower. I usually like plants. Motherfucker. 7 damage.
That wasn't a natural 20 either, by the way, was it?
No.
No.
I have a +7 to my hit, so
I-
no.
Just wanted to clarify while I was bouncing back and forth here. So you swipe off another of its many limbs, it seems like, as it walks backwards, and scoops up a corpse inside of itself, and plants it almost like at the base of it of where its roots are, and you can see it basically
Like-
feeding off of the corpse. It's just as it disintegrates underneath of it. Corpse file digest. Oh, here we are. And you see a petal grow back.
The fuck?
This bitch.
It would be Flint's turn. I'm not sure what Flint would be doing in this particular case. But probably shooting something.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'd probably just shoot at whatever was closest to him and moving.
Since the flower moved back and there are more companions in the way, he'd probably just aim straight down into the mound. And I gotta go here. That's where I gotta go. And then to Flint.
Did Flint say that he wasn't gonna be in tonight?
Yes.
Because I didn't check the chat. Okay. Yeah, he has to work
Super early.
at 4 in the morning, so yeah, he's in bed right now.
I do not blame him.
I told him, I was like, take a nap when you come home, and then you can play with us. But no, he came home and he like cleaned the kitchen and cooked dinner because he wanted to make more mead.
Yeah. Also completely respectable there.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, no nat one at least.
I like that it comes up in the chat, Bejeweled Great Axe of Justice.
What's the name of it?
Yeah, I made it.
Yeah.
Neither of those hit. I'm not sure. I'm just going to explain that Flint, after having cut his way out of the mound, just turns around and fires frantically with both pistols into the mound. Just
Yep.
and you hear a soft whoomp, whoomp from under the mound of the explosions as they happen inside of the dirt. Then it would be Ruvik, your turn, with Warren, and then Vamira.
So the mound is actually like the mound is not where it's.
No, it's situated right about here. For your visual.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
With
We just have to keep moving it out of the way.
yeah, with Mame halfway out of the mound, Flint out of the mound, Zolas out of the mound. So those three above up here are standing on mostly on top of the dirt of the mound, while these 3 companions are submerged below the dirt.
Okay. Jeez, I'm not really in a position to. I'm thinking I'm gonna use my action first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use. Lay on hands on myself to give myself 5 more hit points to take me up to 6.
Did you take damage from the mound?
Lots.
Well, like when the mound moved, because if he was at 1, he would be unconscious.
Oh no, he was pulled back farther than the rest of the crew had pulled
okay.
back.
Okay.
Because I did remember and
I just wanted to make sure that when the mound, like, collapsed tonight on people.
Yep.
If Rubik was in it or not.
Right. I thought I originally was too, but I was a little bit further back.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember Warren wanting to be way out of there because he didn't even want to be a part of this fight.
No, and
And
you
you-
and I kind of shared that opinion.
Yep.
It's okay. Here we are now. Okay. So,
The laid on hands was your action, and you got the 5 hit points back. Or is that a bonus action, actually? I can't remember. off the top of my-
no, that's a normal action.
Okay, so you do still have your bonus action and your movement.
Okay. Who's standing directly behind Mame right now?
Directly behind Mame is Zolus, who looks
Okay.
the least worse for wear other than Vomaira, who is, I'm not sure if you noticed, but probably not, just because of how far away she is. Off doing
How
Vomaira.
stealthy I am.
Off
Very
doing Vomaira things.
Strategically flanking, yeah. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. On movements, just kind of like a basic question here before I go
that
forward.
noise?
Is diagonal like 1?
It's still
5
5
foot.
feet. Yep.
So I'm gonna move a category order to Mame and try to pull her out since she's halfway out.
Pull. Who's that?
Mame, who's halfway
Oh.
under the mountain,
I got you now.
but try to like pull her out.
As your action, that I'll count it as a bonus action in this case. You would need to roll me a strength check, so a d20 plus your strength modifier.
Mame's gonna look at you and say, "I appreciate you, Ruvik."
A problem. 20.
You grasp Mame by the hips as they are saying that, and just lift with your legs, not your back, and pull them straight out of the mound with a.
I'm free.
Come on. And then do my best to kind of pull her maybe 10 feet back to finish off my movement.
Are you allowing that, Mame, or
Hell yeah.
to be pulled back? Out of.
To be pulled back.
Yeah. That was Ruvik's description. He's going to pull you back even farther out of that space. Where you were just. So, where I was leaving it is that you guys were still in those 2 different separate spaces, and then Ruvik, you were saying you were going to pull Mame even farther back out. So,
Right.
out of the area of combat. And
Yes,
farther back.
get to safety.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Walking's important.
Trying to strategic position here a little bit.
And then it would be Warren's turn. Warren, I think, would just lean up against the side of the bar and shake his head. Then it's Vamira's turn, with Griselda and Mariel on deck, and then a still unconscious Chauvin. So then all the other things turns, and then Mame.
Okay, so I remember I hexed. I think I hexed the floor last time.
No, I have no idea.
Um,
I did not put that on them if they were. If that was also during Eurythmic Veracity, I plead
It
the
was.
fifth. I plead the fifth.
yeah, because so I hexed it. It was the flower or the mountain. I'm pretty sure it was the flower. I just couldn't remember if because with hex,
It's a disadvantage on a
I
particular.
choose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I choose an ability, and they have disadvantage on ability checks. And does anyone sort of remember what I might have said? I think.
I do not.
Fuck.
You can choose now.
Okay.
Nice.
So I'm going to choose. Fuck. Oh, I don't fucking know. I had a hard time deciding last time too. Constitution.
Okay. So, what you doing for your turn, though?
Yeah, sorry, I'm taking notes too.
Oh, yeah. No, you're good. I understand.
So for my turn, I am going to. So I believe I threw both. So is the flower on top of the mound?
The flower is on top of the. Well, currently the mound had moved here, so it had just moved off of the mound to grab a corpse from the pile that you're hiding behind.
Okay, so it's not on the mound.
No.
Okay. And I believe I'm hidden.
Yep.
So I'm gonna take my short sword because I believe both my daggers are lying somewhere. Because I threw them.
Vaguely remember something of that. Yep.
Yeah. Aha. Okay. So sneak attack. So can I do a sneak attack?
Yeah, you're within. Within distance there.
Yeah. So the idea is, I'm hiding behind the mound of bodies. What the fuck? Sneak attack up to the flower. To use my movement to kind of go up. Let's see. So sneak attack. So that's a 14 to hit.
That does hit.
Sweet. Okay. So then I do 3d6 damage along with my sword damage. Oh, it's got the sneak attack option in there. Okay. Well,
So 9 plus 9? 18?
Yeah. And then since I hit it and it was hexed, I also do a d6 of necrotic.
You roll a 6 on a d6? Heck yeah, that's a death kill. Wait. Necrotic?
Yeah.
Oh, it isn't. It should be, you would think.
So
Considering it's a
so
eating
18, so
death.
24 total. The first two are piercing damages.
Yeah.
The second is a necrotic damage.
You go up and you slice 2 of its petals off
Yeah.
and go to thrust in towards it the necrotic was from the hex. When you slice them off, you would see your hex kind of overlaid in your vision. Do you want to describe any of how you snuck up to it too?
Basically just kind of like creeped around the bodies. Kind of like in my elven cloak, and then just basically like in a one fluid motion, just like pulled the sword out and like pulled my sword out and like swiped across my body. And like sliced the 2 petals off in one go.
Nice. And as you'd see the visual of your hex for you pulse over top of the flower, it
Ooh, do I see like black smoke?
you see one of the petals that you'd sliced off grow back.
What?
The necrotic damage seems to be working in its favor.
Okay.
And being closer to the flower, if you could roll me a Constitution saving throw for me.
Yes. Gonna see.
16. So you being up on the flower more so now to get the instant smell of death that's wafting off of this flower to the point of that it reminds you of a time in your life. We haven't gone to that flashback either. I don't know if this would be a good time for you for that, but might not relate to it.
I can always.
But it draws a memory up from your past.
Yeah, what I came up with doesn't exactly tie in, but
That works. That's fine.
could maybe.
Because you're feeling the fumes off of this.
Yeah, so I basically smelled death, and it reminds me of a time that I had pushed deep down into the bottom of my psyche, and as a defense mechanism, instead of that horrible memory playing out in front, I flashed to a point in time when things were less perilous. And in that time, I was in a bar, and I saw a rich fellow walk in, and keeping my eye on him, I watched to see what his intentions were and tried to take a good look at his possessions and what he was wearing, trying to, basically size him up. And then always being down for a game of shakers, and seeing that he could be an easy target, I started to ask around with the other tavern goers to see if they wanted to play in an attempt to lure my target over to the game. However, no one wanted to play for fear of getting caught gambling. And so I was unsuccessful in my mission.
Very good. You have inspiration, so you can win any roll that you have, which you don't need to use it already because you succeeded in that Constitution.
Okay.
And in avoiding that deep down psychological trauma that might have been hiding under this lovely story.
Yes, yes.
But so that inspiration, that die, just to explain again, is so that you can win any roll
Yep.
in the future during tonight's game.
Cool. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to disengage from the flower and move back behind the mound.
Mound of bodies, got it.
Yeah, the body mound, not the mud dirt mound.
Yep.
And I believe that is all of my action.
Okay. Griselda and Mariel suffocating inside of a mound. Chauvin unconscious in front of a bar. Who knows doing what with his prison wallet. And the two large, long-necked, furry, dead-eating beasts munch happily at some corpses while they're watching the show in front of them of you guys' battle. And the mound picks itself back up into the air and as you guys have been moving away from this spot, moves slightly farther back and onto the corpse of the previous long-haired monster and slams down, still with companions inside of it. If you could roll me, because this starts at the beginning of its turn, Ash, a Constitution saving throw.
Am I still holding on to it?
Yes. You should probably roll me a dexterity saving throw, or actually probably a strength saving throw, to see whether or not you can hold on to it while it's moving backwards.
Mm. $17.
You are drug forward as it moves backwards, digging your heels in, I'm presuming, to try and not let it go.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear from inside of the mound a soft, wet squelching.
Ew. Okay.
And where is it? Here it is. You see some of the dirt be replenished where it wasn't there before, just kind of back into place.
Oh, fuck.
It is Mame's turn.
Okay. So I do have to give it to the mound. You know, it's picking itself up, it's carrying on. I don't know if it could quite get all the dirt off its shoulders, but you know. I am hurting right now, so I only have 35 out of my 68 hit points. So instead of running forward with axes, I'm going to pull out a... Do I want a mango or do I want basil?
That is a question only Mame can answer.
Yeah. Maximum number of hit points for any die you spend. And then... and 10d4 plus 20 hit points. So... I have more mangoes. I'm gonna eat a mango and I'm gonna look around to the people around me. There are 2 people right next to me. I'm gonna pull them out and, like, offer them. Like, huh? Huh?
You guys are just having a snack?
I mean, the monsters are eating.
I kind of need that because I'm hurting myself. So I will take one.
Yeah, so I'm assuming these 2 right here, right next to me, I can easily pass it to. And I would try to toss one over here if anybody over here would like a mango.
The dwarf that's standing beside Warren is looking pretty confused, but also entertained. And Warren himself is leaning up against the wall like, none for me, thanks, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd give you one.
How
Lazy
long has
sack
the
of
dwarf?
shit.
How long has the dwarf just been watching us?
Oh, quite a while. He seems to be standing over this corpse. He'd been moving it towards you guys and the creatures until until the combat had started with them. Now he's kind of just waiting for this corpse that's in front of him. He seems to be just standing there, nonchalantly, watching. Very nice. 39.
This roll's amazing. I
Yeah.
love watching all these die. Anyway, so yeah, so you can
too.
roll Ruvik 10d4 and then add 20.
Yes.
Hang on. Say that one more time. 10d4.
For a mango?
Yep.
Or a magic mango.
Oh, it's a magic mango.
Yeah.
It's a healing mango of youth.
So
Oh, I just thought
You're
it was like a
watching-
mango.
as Mame tears into this mango and just rips the flesh off, presumably with their teeth, and starts burying into the meat of it, and a couple wrinkles you'd noticed maybe had been there meld away, and they look more energized and youthful besides some of their cuts and scrapes being healed
It
almost
causes you to
instantaneously.
regain a year of youth.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What
Yeah, it's good
fruit
shit.
is this?
So you're holding the mango, but it is not your turn yet, so you're staring down at it.
What's this?
I'm
this?
assuming that's my action, but I can still
Yep.
move.
Yes, and Flint is
Okay.
is the other one that's standing next to you. I didn't know if you'd given one to him or not, to be clear.
Does Flint need one?
Let me go to his, because I think he has some too, because you guys had divvied him out there at one point, I
Yeah.
thought, or something.
Trying to share. It was getting difficult with just one person carrying around mangoes, right?
Yeah. Go to his character sheet. It's inventory. So I feel like he normally doesn't take things unless they're very shiny. Yeah, I don't see any mangoes in there, so you hand him a mango.
Okay.
Those were your bonus actions to handing those 2 off after you'd pulled 3 out. Add. Alright. So you're moving, I'm presuming.
Yeah, I moved just to give
Oh.
myself in a better position, because I'm sure I can't attack or do anything else this round, but...
I see you moved down south, lining the flower up, it looks like.
Yeah. And then I'm assuming I'm closer to our compatriots that are stuck, right, in the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Without being too close. I don't want to make myself an easy target.
Then it'd be Zolus with Ash on deck.
Okay. I'm still grabbing the thing,
Yep.
and I'm gonna shock it again. And I got a 22 to hit.
Ooh, that'll do it.
Okay. And I rolled really bad, so 5 lightning damage. And I'm gonna like channel it through my hand with shocking grasp and into whatever this thing is, but it also can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Does it have to make a save for that? Oh, reactions.
Nope.
Okay. That's more reasonable. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You holding on to whatever this rooty, woody thing is, you grasp firmly this time as it's still trying to shake you off, and you feel the electricity tingle along your hand as it goes into the root, and you see it kind of the dirt around it just away from the root. You see slightly exposed through the cracks of the damage that you've dealt to it. Apparently, it does appear to be some sort of vine root, but it's white, which is similar to most roots that are small and not so woody.
Mm.
Is there anything else you're going to do with your movement or otherwise?
I'm gonna yell, "Hey Ash, are you still in there?"
I'm gonna try to yell, but just like a muffled gargly sound. Yeah, like.
Whoops. Okay, I probably should have tried to get you instead of. Well, we'll see how this goes.
It is your turn, Ash. I'm not sure what you're doing, but you feel the pain continue to intensify in your abdomen, and a rushing, throbbing feeling.
With the pain in my gut and the oxygen starting to leave my lungs, I flick my torg.
Ooh. You find yourself dusting yourself off next to the ghost at the column inside of the alehouse, as you're choking on dirt and you're looking down at yourself, brushing yourself off, and blood is rushing down your thighs.
Uh-oh.
What?
I don't think that's good.
So,
and a
so I was
stabbing
talking to
pain.
Ash, and then Ash just stopped answering. I'm like, "Oh no, she's dead."
I guess that would be slightly alarming.
This continual throbbing, stabbing pain from your abdomen.
I yell out if anybody here is a doctor. Or a medicine man of any kind.
Everyone looks over, astonished to see the new person that's there. And the ghost like creature that's, you know, as the proprietors of the inn that serve the folks. The one behind the counter that had usually been doing the serving does not react, but the one next to the post gains a bit of a voice from familiar to you. "Oh, seems like you're in labor."
A voice familiar to me?
Yeah.
Can I roll to see if I recognize it?
Yeah, history. With disadvantage, because you're in stabbing pain.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. 20 not natural. At disadvantage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the 22 was the better roll.
Still very nice. You are quite certain this has got to be Manipulus that you're hearing from inside of the ghost. The mouth on the ghost doesn't seem to be moving. It just seems to be echoing from inside of it.
Oh. Is the ghost aware that he is echoing?
It doesn't seem to have much other reaction. Its appendages are still just kind of waving in the breeze.
I'm just gonna reply, yeah, a little bit of labor. I need some help. Assistance would be nice.
Well, that's gonna be hard pressed through this little guy here. He's a wreck of a mess. There's not much left of this individual in this realm. It's a very shattered spirit, as it were. But... And you see the appendages move towards you a little bit. With your permission...
What are you gonna do? I mean, I guess permission granted.
You feel the as your action, and having flicked it, you'd talk to it, but this is kind of the bonus action, I would say, as the tentacles from the ghost slide into your flesh in several places. A relaxing sensation fall over you, and you fall unconscious.
Oh. Okay, not bad.
I thought you were going to make giving birth a bonus action, which seems incorrect.
As a bonus action, I squat out a baby.
Being unconscious, I think we're going to the next turn here, which is the flower, and having seen the threat of Mame approaching, jumps onto the pile of corpses and seems to hurriedly try to absorb more and rip it apart.
I gotta finish this thing off.
It's trying to heal itself with dead bodies.
You get rid of bodies or something?
What's that?
Oh, that was me metagaming. If we could get rid of the bodies, maybe it would stop
Ooh,
revitalizing itself.
that spun for quite a while. 14. The dwarf, or were you saying some of that out loud? You're kind of probably yelling it, actually, if you're yelling it to the rest of the party there, Zolas.
Sure.
Okay. Wasn't sure.
With my hands in the mud.
We gotta get rid of these goddamn bodies so it stops healing. The dwarf, though, that's standing next to Warren says, well, there's a lot of bodies over in that swamp to be getting rid of. Here, you hear specifically Ruvik, as well as Warren, obviously, because he's saying it to Warren. And you're noticing now, too, Ruvik, the vibrant green of the area that they're talking about, which you can only assume would be from the fertilizer from many of body.
Seems like a lot would be out there.
But it is Flint's turn, who again I am sure would just fire at the mound as much as possible. Actually, I don't know, because he was being conscious the last time too of the fact that people were inside of the mound, but it does look like the second one hits, so okay. How much does that do again? I gotta get to it here. Ta-da. Okay, not bad. Could you roll me, Zolas, isn't it a dexterity saving throw? Yeah.
Natural one.
Uh-oh.
You see the bullets sail past you and into the mound. And the first one goes off. And you're kind of resound to believe that the mound is holding these mostly in, but then the second one goes off a little closer to the surface than you were expecting, and you're guessing it had to have hit around the pocket that you had made with the electric damage around the vine-like root that you're holding, and you feel it sever in your hand, and a tiny piece of shrapnel go in your knuckle. 1 damage.
Flint, you're lucky I already used my hellish rebuke.
Ruvik, it is your turn with Vomaira on deck.
Okay. It would putting this mango in my backpack be an action?
Did you eat it? Are you going to eat it?
No, because once I saw like its like properties and how and what it did when she ate it, I decided to save it for later.
Oh, okay. If you do need to add it to your inventory, if you look up that name, Healing Mango of Youth, you should be able to...
I've found it actually.
Beautiful. Yes. It's another self-created item, so I just wanted to make sure it showed up for you, mostly. And then that would be a bonus action in my mind if you're just kind of tossing it in your bag and not really taking a second to really think about it.
Right. No, yeah, I'm just kind of, realize, how valuable this might actually be and popped it, trying to stay focused on the battle, just popped it in the pack.
Okay.
Then the flower is focused on Mame, correct?
It does look to be. Its petals and bloomage is looking mostly at Mame.
Okay. And we've knocked off a good amount of petals off of this thing. I know it's growing some back. Is it? Is there just a couple left?
You're looking probably at a shabby flower. It's probably got about 3 petals out of the original bunch that had held once a beautiful array of red plumage.
So we're close. We got to take care of this thing. All right. So while it's focused on Mame, I'm gonna approach it and attack it with my broadsword. $23.
Oh, that'll do it. That's a hit.
6.
Did forget to update it in here. You slice off another sizable petal, and it seems to be down to probably about 4. I miscalculated before. I did not look back on the D&D Beyond, which is where I've been keeping track of it. I have to remember to update it on both. It doesn't do it automatically. So we're at this level here.
Okay.
Dink, dink.
And I believe I still have 10 feet of movement, so I'm going to take a couple of steps back. I believe that is my turn.
All right. Then we've got Vomaira. With Warren talking amicably with the dwarf behind the inn.
Turn around and cuss him out for not helping us out.
To be fair, this is just how I generally will play characters that aren't here.
Oh, I know. I'm just kind of playing.
No, but no, he deserves that because he said he wasn't gonna help us.
It's true.
Yeah,
Like,
he
he
did
said
say
that.
that out loud.
Yeah, like that has been well known that is his stance in this fight.
Yeah, true. Guys, got yourself into it. Figure your own way out.
He did save me though.
You're still allowed to call him out on his shit.
I'm gonna.
You still sneaking over there, Vomaira?
Yeah. So how tall is the pile of bodies?
It is probably a decent 10 foot or so.
Okay, so probably can't exactly reach it from where I'm standing.
No, not on the bottom of the pile of bodies, correct?
Okay. I'm gonna try to climb up the pile of bodies and use my sword again. Um, maybe with a sneak attack, if I am able to.
I'd say yes. Go ahead and roll.
But that's just the damage. Alright, hold on. So how does this...
That'll hit with a 16.
Okay, I'm just gonna try one more thing real quick because I'm trying to see. Alright, well, whatever. Okay. So that would be my... Well, you can... Whichever sneak attack damage you want to take. And then my sword damage.
So 5 and 9, because I'll go with the first rolls usually. Pretty
Yep,
much always.
that's alright.
So a total of 14.
Yeah.
Slashing.
Yes.
How does the hex work exactly again? Is it just whenever you deal it damage, or before I go? Ooh.
Yeah. So it's whenever I hit it with an attack,
Mhm.
it deals necrotic damage, but I think it is a concentration, so I didn't roll a concentration save. Or no, did I?
No, you don't have to necessarily either. You can hold concentration still on something and swing a sword. It's
No, I mean, because I got hit. Or did I get hit?
no, you
No.
didn't get hit. You ran in.
Oh, right. So okay, so I'm
stibbity-stab,
fine.
and ran back out.
So am I able to like unhex it?
Yeah, you can
basically?
drop concentration at any time.
Okay. So I'm gonna drop it as a bonus action, so I'm only hitting it with this sword and the sneak attack.
Okay. So you slice off 2 more flowers, and you see it writhe in pain.
And
Sweet thing.
then I guess I used my bonus action already.
I guess it would be silent.
I'm gonna
Shimmy back down the mound.
yeah, basically. I'm gonna step over here to try to flank it. So that thinking that, trying to help Mama out so if she moves up she'd have advantage so that since the flower's flanked.
Okay. For your next one too, I'll have to say for this particular case especially, rolling a stealth will be imminent at this particular point because you are obvious to the flower.
This time I wasn't trying to stealth.
Just to be clear.
Yeah. No, this time I figured he knows where I am, so I'm
Oh yeah.
I'm not attempting a stealth right now.
Then that was your turn?
Yes.
All right. You feel a soft thump as the hairy beasts move slightly more forward to investigate some of the corpses, hoping that you, again, seeming ready for you guys to become those corpses that they can eat. And the mound also moves back onto some more of the corpses. You're no longer holding on to it now either, Zolas. So it's grabbing onto more of you, just a little bit out of your reach, probably not quite out of your reach actually, because it just kind of shifts down probably about 5 feet, and the thing is freaking 30 feet across. So, but you can tell that it's still feasting upon some gooey bits under it. And then it would be Mame's turn with Zolas on deck.
Okay. So the companions that are in the dirt mound we cannot see.
Correct.
Do we have any way of assessing how much damage the dirt mound has taken?
Wait a minute here. Sometimes I'm slow to updating this on here because I have to go here, but that's an approximate health bar. If you're looking at it in a, should be able to hover over it with your mouse and see the approximate amount there, as well as the tunnels that have been burrowed through with the companions that have been either pulled out or slashed their way out are mostly sloshing back together and healing, it seems like, but it's not. It still looks worse for wear. You're probably guessing because that's why it's actually still feasting. It doesn't. It's
Gotcha.
definitely
So
not
when
at full health.
Yeah, when I hover over the flower, I see a bar. When I like, that's the only thing that doesn't show a bar when I hover over it. I might be in the wrong.
Maybe because it's big.
Yeah, maybe.
I might be the setting though.
Even
too.
the dead thing.
Yeah, it is because of that. There we go. Try it now.
Oh, I see it now.
Oh wow, it's just a giant ass health bar. Okay.
We're close though.
Yeah, but the flower thing's almost dead. So before it can, recover,
Yeah.
I'm going to attack it with the hand axes.
The 2 that you have left.
So does she get advantage since we're flanking?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with the 2 hand axes. Dude, I'm getting that last one back. It's gonna happen. Fuck yeah, 25 to hit?
Is that with advantage?
No. Okay, 14.
So you get to roll 4 times technically and take the 2 highest, which the first
25 and a 22.
Those would be doing it. Yep.
Awesome. Yay, advantage. Motherfucker. So 12 damage.
That's a death, if you want to describe it.
Fuck yeah! So I'm gonna charge it. Right, so I moved forward, and I'm gonna charge it, and I'm just gonna run forward and use that momentum to throw these like a shot putter, or I don't know if you've seen people do track and throw discus or shot put. I'm just gonna yell and throw this axe as hard as I can, and I would love to sever the top of the flower from the bottom of the flower.
That is an interesting thought there too. I'm really trying to imagine shot putting an axe.
Or like it's just like a big swinging motion like that, right? So I'm running forward, or I guess like I'm not shot putting it so much, but it's like it's that kind of like whole body motion, right? I'm just like chuck the axe. I'm like pulling it, like it starts down, but like behind my knees. So I'm running with it, like the axe behind me, and I I stop and I
crouch down as
with
low as
my
you
legs,
can.
like lunge and throw it.
And you see, yeah, that's a much better description, thank you, because I was I was definitely thinking, like, from your shoulder, you just had your hand flat
Oh,
with the
yeah,
axe
my
on
bad.
it.
Yeah, I guess the first description wasn't so great. But yeah.
But as you,
I'm just thinking like the whole body motion, the spring and the forward.
yeah, no, I got you now. So you're running, and as you get right down to the bottom of this pile of corpses that are just with mostly coagulated black blood oozing through them, you go down to what seems like, from everybody else's perspective, to one knee as you coil yourself and all of your muscles in one go and toss the first axe up. And it doesn't even take the second axe, but you have it ready to throw in the same motion as you see the top of the flower just thoof, and it falls slowly, almost as if you'd sliced through it perfectly in the spot where it needed to, as the head of the whole top of it falls on top of the dirt mound, and you see the sparkling of your axe up into the clouds just before it back into its sheath.
All right. I'm gonna look over at the mound and be like, "You're next."
Does not seem to react. You're not sure if it's alive or not. But if that's your turn, since you'd thrown only one axe to do so, it would be Zolas's turn, because that would only have been your action. As far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned, you
moved.
still
I did an action. Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. I'm good.
Zolas, what you doing with Ash on deck?
Where am I? Okay, I see.
We're in hell. Don't forget.
Directly staring down the mound. Okay.
Look it up.
Okay. There's not a ton I can do. Are there roots? There are roots coming out of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna fire bolt it, but I'm gonna aim for the root, like the most wooden-looking thing.
Okay.
17 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. And 16 fire damage.
You see it strike the root and splash across it, and it starts to smolder some of the gook and muck away, but the root seems mostly well intact, other than some char that you put on it. You said 16?
Okay. 16, yeah, and a flammable object hit by the spell ignites.
It is resistant. That's what I was trying to
Is it?
describe. Yes.
That root is resistant to fire?
Yes. It's got much goo. Much goo.
It's moist.
Boo.
Sorry, I probably helped with that. My bad.
Okay. If I move away, will it attack me?
You are just outside of the reach. I'd say you're 10 feet away from the edge of it after it had moved back that last turn.
Mm-hmm.
Other than some of the outlying roots, like where you were striking, which seems to be dragging behind it as it's moving too.
Okay. I'm just going to move backwards, and I'm going to look at Flint and flip him off from the time when he got a stray bullet in my hand.
You're examining such too, and you do see a little bit of a sliver in between the knuckles.
Look at my cool scar. Okay, that's my turn.
Ash, could you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Yes. A 9.
You are still unconscious, but in your unconscious state, you do feel your pressure in your lower abdomen still going. Not sure.
Coming and going.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming and going pressure. That's probably. I mean, I don't know. Probably not ideal.
Then it's Ruvik's turn with Vomaira on deck.
On the mound, like the mound's been kind of healing up its whole stuff. Can I still see the wound that Flint made on his way out? Is that still?
Yes.
Or
So
has that been
for
healed
the
up?
for the most part, the wounds that are from people cutting their way out are there, but they are shallower than before. So it is still there. I don't know if that answers your question.
Is that like
enough.
on the front? Is that on the front? Is that like?
It was probably over
Can I like?
here on that side, to the north.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can't get there.
You do see some small indentations, probably to the south, directly in front of you, of where you would noticed the heads of other of your companions being sucked into the mound.
That's not what I wanted. Just keep hacking away at this thing, right? That make the most sense.
This whole time I've been attacking
Yep.
it with fire and it's been resistant. I feel dumb.
It is your go-to, to be fair.
I don't feel bad.
You know, catch it on fire is not a terrible tactic.
Normally a good one.
But putting my shield away and switching to two-handed on my sword be considered a bonus action, or an actual action?
It would be a bonus action, in my opinion, because you're probably not putting it in your pack, especially, or like storing it deeper or anything like that. You're probably just throwing it on some sort of attachment and unsheathing your sword, which is probably at your hip or on your back, somewhere easy to get to. Same with the shield, I would assume it's somewhere easy to get to, is the description I meant to say.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I am going to put away my shield, on my back, and switch to two-handed. I'm just gonna. Oh, that's not what I wanted again. I'll go right in between the vines, right in the middle, and jam my sword two-handed directly into the front of the mound.
All right.
And 8 to hit.
You feel your sword slide into the mound almost too easily. Does not hit.
Oh, that didn't help. But I'll just take a move back the rest of my movement. And that's it for my turn.
You pull it back with gook dripping from your blade onto your pommel and onto your hand while you're holding your sword two-handed. You look at it and it's greenish black and stinks putridly.
Does it hurt at all? Is there any sting or sensation to it?
Doesn't seem to be, no. Vomaira, it is your turn.
Okay, so Did I basically just see Ruvik attack it with a sword and see that like nothing really happened?
You've seen him stab into the center of it as much as he could, and it did not react. If that's what you're
Didn't
asking.
react.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Huh. Don't know. Where would you say my daggers were
Probably
or
around
are?
roundabout
Like-
in this area, because this is where the flower made its first appearance.
Where?
Where you are.
Oh, where I'm at.
Yeah, it was right here,
Oh.
right where you're at, or right about where the mound starts now, to the little bit to the
Okay.
northeast.
Can I pick up my daggers?
You can look for them.
Can I look for my daggers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that will that be like in my action then?
Yep.
Okay.
Roll an investigation, if you would.
4. Oh, what's my inspiration?
Automatically lets you win a roll. So
Okay, so it's an automatic win. Okay.
are you using it? Is that what that okay was, or?
Ugh, I don't know. I feel like 11's not that high. Automatically let's win a roll.
And it's
No,
only
I'm
for the
not.
session, so use it.
I know.
Okay.
I'm just trying to debate if like oh, I could use it for like something in like life or death. I won't use it.
All right. How many daggers was it again that you'd thrown? Was it-
2.
Okay. You're searching around down on the ground close to where you're at, and you see a glint right around your feet, and you pick it up, and it is one of your daggers, but you can't seem to find the other one that you'd thrown at the flower.
Okay. And that would be my action, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So as a bonus action. So I have bonus action and movement. Okay. I'm just gonna hide behind here.
Okay. So you'll move back out of that range next toward
Yeah,
Mom,
and then I'll move there and then use my bonus action to hide.
you'd use your bonus. Oh, okay. So I got it. I'm with
Yeah, I have cunning action, so I can dash, disengage, or hide
you. Yep.
as a bonus action.
Dash behind the mound and.
And then I'll be ready,
All right.
waiting, ready to attack.
Then it is the 2 furry beasts' turn, who's at the sight of the flower's head falling. Both of their heads come up to look, and having seen it actually fall off, move as quickly as they can away and into the trees. Seemingly out of fright. They seem to have been spooked by that.
Sick. That's
Spooked
helpful.
by the mound?
By the flower's death.
Oh, dying.
Yeah.
Oh.
Brutal.
And
run away.
The mound itself rears up and seems to drop your two companions that are unconscious onto the ground, as well as the mostly eaten hairy beast's corpse that is pretty much just bone at this point, and run towards the hairy beasts in the forest. So it actually can only move 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, like right out in there.
It's trying to run.
Is it done?
It is done. It is now Mame's turn with Zolas on deck.
Yeah, I'm gonna scream, "Oh no, you motherfucker!" I'm gonna run after it, 'cause it still has my axe.
Good. That's right, it's digesting it.
Yeah, right?
We are
I'm
not letting this
here.
get away.
Yeah, fuck no.
Yeah.
God damn it. The Great Axe of Justice only has a 5-foot reach. This is as far as I can go. That's farther than 5 feet, so looks like I'm throwing vicious hand axes again. 23 to hit.
Oh yeah.
20 to hit.
Oh yeah.
8 damage. 8 damage.
Is that max
16
too?
damage.
Nice.
I know.
Your two axes bury deep into the flesh of this earthy beast and zing back into you with a bit of gook on them. You see, and you actually hear this time a faint squealing sound from it, almost as if you just spanked a pig, but far off in the distance.
Of course, that's your description.
That was very accurate.
Get fucked, I want my axe.
So that was your turn with Mame.
Yeah, and unfortunately I actually have to go, but
Oh, okay.
you can assume that I'm just gonna keep throwing hand axes at it and, pursuing it until it dies.
Well, it is
But-
Zolas's turn. It was lovely to have you.
Yeah, lovely being here. Good session. See you guys next week.
You.
Have a good night.
Hey.
Bye.
What you doing there, Zolas?
It is so far away from me right now. Gonna move. Is Mariel unconscious?
Yes. And Griselda as well.
So they're both gonna be making death saves?
Yep, when they come back.
Hmm. Well,
You do
I
not,
can't get to them because they're also far away.
you do not see them breathing either.
Ugh.
I have mangoes in my backpack. Oh,
I can spare the dying, but I can't get close enough to them. The only thing I can do that would even be remotely helpful is to firebolt the mound again, even though it's resistant. So here I go. Softball pitch, 21 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. 12, fire.
12 fire?
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. The squealing intensifies, but it does not relent, and your fire bolt seems to sink through the center mass of the sludge that's surrounding whatever's underneath this mound. You're only assuming
Okay. And I just, I threw it in frustration. Defeatedly.
All right.
I can't do anything else either.
Okay. Ash, roll me a Constitution save with Ruvik on deck here.
13.
Your eyelids flutter open,
Oh.
and you look down despondently at your numb body that you can't quite feel, but you see the ghost seeming to operate your limbs and pieces and bits of yourself, and Manipula's saying to you, "Oh, you're awake! That's interesting. Don't mind me. Your babies are almost free. We just got a couple more contractions maybe here," and you feel a solid
Babies?
solid stab into your abdomen again of pain.
I scream in pain. I scream out, "Ow, babies!"
Oh, yes, you've been luckily blessed, it seems like, with 2 offspring. That hardly ever happens.
Aren't I lucky? Ah!
Are we all just gonna turn into babysitters?
Nope. Godly babysitters.
Uncle Rubik.
Yes.
We're gonna teach them the worst things.
Love it, love it. I should buy those old 90s water babies and just get them little Disney villain outfits.
What?
Surprise Johnny one morning to make him real uncomfortable.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, you never had one of those water babies as a kid? You missed out.
I can't say that I have. I don't know what you're talking about. Is it it full of water, it sounds like?
Yeah, it's just basically this rubber baby that's hollow inside, and you just fill it up with water. It's a giant water balloon, but it does have a hard plastic head. And I remember me, Liz, and Lace all had one.
Oh. Yeah, no, I've never seen that, I don't think.
I'm gonna have to find one now.
Yeah, it sounds creepy.
Just a little. Hey, but they're rubber. They were really easy to clean.
That's... Yeah?
Yep.
That would be a benefit for a parent and a small child, that's for sure. And the crazy things they do with the baby dolls. I know that when I was a small child, my mom wished she'd had a girl and gave me Barbie dolls, but I'd broken all of their heads off because I was not having it. But
I was pretty destructive
yeah.
as a child.
Flint stepped forward, or rather jogged softly forward, and fired 2 shots, one sailing straight over the top of the mound, even though the thing is literally the size of a barn, and the other one struck just the ground just before it. Luckily not dealing anyone else damage, it seems like.
Flint, you are really sucking.
God damn it, Flint.
Get it together.
Ruvik, it is your turn with...
Ruvik just puts his hand in his face and shakes his head. It's too far away for me to actually do anything to it. I'm just gonna continue chasing after it as well. Hang on here, let me count. 2, 4, 5, 6. I can get up to here. Then just kind of yell to everybody within earshot that we need to finish this and just chase this thing down and end this shit.
You're also, as you're shouting to everyone, looking around and seeing 2 downed companions here that it had dropped, covered in muck and not breathing.
Kind of wish I had my lay on hands at this point, but I don't.
All right. In that
Need to
case,
help him though.
you can roll a medicine check is something that you can do too as an action, which you would just try to basically do whatever you can to stabilize them. You're not, without having a closer look and rolling that medicine, I can't tell you exactly how that might go, but that isn't it
Right.
is something to think about.
Like. As an action.
Yep, because you haven't used your action yet.
Right. No. Yeah. Let's. Yeah, I'll do that. Natural 20.
Very nice. Who are you looking to help out here? You've got Griselda, who's right next to you, and Mariel, who's just to the left of you there.
We saw Griselda go down first, if I'm not mistaken. Let's try to help her out.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Griselda?
Griselda's the
Griselda.
cleric, so good choice.
Yeah.
You run
Appreciate
forward
you.
and let everyone else know that they should take down the mound, and you're checking for a pulse on Griselda, and you don't feel one at all. And at first you start using whatever knowledge you have, and you've seen people just pushing on somebody's chest to resuscitate them. You're thinking maybe that'll help, and then you go down to blow into her mouth as you've seen other people, and you just get a of gook that comes out of her mouth into yours.
Aw, your
Ew.
first kiss.
So romantic.
This is the worst group ever.
But Griselda seems to be stabilized and coughing and breathing, if not you can't quite see the pulse, but there's breathing going on.
At least it was worth it.
How do I stop this?
You're gonna have to save the other one.
And then it is Vamira's turn.
Okay. So I'm going to chase after the mound as well. And I'm going to use my movement and my dash action to get to here. Or dash bonus action.
Oh, to get to the second mound of bodies.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, so I use my movement and then I use bonus action to dash. Or actually no, sorry. Gonna dash to here so that I can attack it.
Okay.
So I have the short sword in one hand, a dagger in the other. So I'm going to use my 2-weapon fighting ability so that I can attack. Or no, I can't because I already used my bonus action. So in that case, I'm just going to attack with my short sword.
Okay.
Would I have any sneak attack damage on this, or not really?
Roll stealth, since you dashed over here,
Okay.
and it's running away. Or do you have advantage on all stealth checks? Is that what that is?
Yeah, because I have my cloak.
Oh, yeah, right. So that's a success.
Okay, cool. So, to attack with the short sword, 23 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. Short sword damage. And sneak attack damage. So 9 and 9 is 18.
How are you killing this thing?
Oh, fuck yeah!
Sick.
So I basically like not quite Naruto run, but like almost like head down in my cloak and I dash up chasing the mound down. And as I get closer, I take a leap and I bring up my short sword with one hand because I still have the dagger in the other, and I just plunge the short sword straight down into the mound, landing like not quite on top, but like landing on the mound
And
if I can. So like I guess I would be like on the mound like there, I guess.
you feel your short sword sink down deep all the way to the hilt as you're landing, and then even farther as your feet touch and they get absorbed into the gook up to your knees, and the sword goes out of sight underneath the gook, and you feel yourself going even deeper up to your shoulders and up to your waist, and then a solid point is hit as the vines that you've seen wriggled in the feet that it's been using to run away fall limp, unmoving, and it just to the ground. Guys are out of combat.
And then can I start looking for Mame's axe?
Yeah, roll for an investigation.
Yeah.
You're searching around in the guts of it, and you find just near to where you would struck something cold, as the rest of everything that you've been touching has been warm, and although slightly cooling, and it seems to be lodged into one of these roots, and you pull up slightly on some sort of handle, and it disappears from your hand, and you look back, and in Mame's sheath is that had been missing the axe. It's already resting with dripping droplets of greenish black gook.
While everyone is doing their thing, I'm basically gonna make my way back to look for my second tiger.
Okay. You're looking around on the ground then, and it looks like I see Zolas, you're sparing the dying.
On Mariel, yeah.
Okay. You touch a living creature, they become stable. So they get Mario back into existent with 1 health point.
Okay, and then I'm gonna like take inventory of everyone and be like, has anyone seen Ash? Is she still stuck in there?
As I'm like searching for my dagger, I'm just like, oh shit, because I like totally forgot Ash was in there.
Do you see her?
No,
The
I-
mound.
I forgot that she got eaten by the mound. We should probably go check.
The mound changed at all after it died? Like, did
It
it?
seems slightly more deflated than it was. The gook that's been surrounding it's slowly sliding off of it, for instance, doesn't seem to be writhing or throbbing. But you do not see any other visible change.
Shall we try to see if she's still in there?
You
Yeah.
all should roll me a perception, actually, too.
Oh boy.
Nine.
8.
All of you still do hear the piercing, shrill screams of agony of Ash from the inn? The alehouse?
Oh, you were saying we heard that before?
No, currently, as combat's
Okay.
settling down and you're thinking about Ash.
You know, that doesn't sound good.
How is that even possible?
Parcel tongue. Um, do we know that Ash is pregnant?
Oh yeah. It
Okay.
was announced by Claw back in the 3rd level of Hell. It said
Okay.
baby was coming along nicely, was healthy.
I don't know that, right?
No, you would have seen Ash at this point, who's got a large baby bump.
Okay, that's right. That's right. I wrote that down somewhere.
Okay. And then, did the other animals that were eating dead bodies, are they gone?
They have disappeared into the underbrush and wooded swamp mangroves. Yep.
Okay. Maybe we should follow that pained screaming.
After I find my dagger, uh, I'll follow people back to the bar.
Priorities.
You find it as Zolas is walking by you and kicks up a scrap of tufted grass.
Aha! Here you are. Time for a drink. I stroll off after Zolas to the bar.
Need rest. Yeah, Ruvik's heading to the bar too.
We say that Mame picks up Mariel and or Griselda, and they drags them all over there.
Track them. Just through the swamp,
Yeah.
even though they're conscious.
Yeah, but I feel like they've been dead and not breathing for like 4 turns.
That's true.
It's true.
And Mame does have a massive amount of strength, but I think Griselda and Mariel would be held by Mame by the wrist as they're coughing and choking and breathing, because especially Mariel would go, I can walk by myself, thank you. And Mame would just grab them both by the wrist and drag them back to the inn. Still walking for the most part, but barely.
Forgot this naked man is in the doorway still.
Chauvin is still very naked and in the doorway, and you see Dwarf actually that has the door propped open even farther, and has been rooting around his sack
Oh,
of goods.
nice.
Of goods. And
oh shit.
and
Uh,
you see him look up as you guys approach and go, oh!
Hey, wait. Anything good in there?
Okay, so-
that was a
so
covenant.
I let everyone-
Nope, I got it all. I'm good.
uh,
I'm just kind of
Do you wanna-
back through the doorway, opening it up. Here, welcome to the ale house. And he goes and sits down at the closest table, eyeing you guys.
Oh, that guy beat me to pickpocketing Chauvin.
so I let everyone walk in front of me, and then I pull out the small box I pickpocketed from Chauvin and take a look at it to see what it is.
As you're looking at it, you realize that it is the size of probably the palm of your hand, maybe. Actually, probably even smaller than that, but it is completely see-through, almost crystalline structure, and there is no other visible trait to it than that. And it, other than it being rectangular, and
So it's like just like a rectangular crystal.
pretty much.
Nifty. I shove it back in my pocket, and then I follow in behind everyone else to the bar.
Does Chauvin have any belongings left?
For the most part, okay, I think so, maybe. Everybody else steps over Chauvin, I'm guessing, too, and into the bar here.
Not only that, but I definitely like rolled my eyes, shook my head, and stepped over him as I walked to the bar.
I probably kicked him a little bit, but like not enough to do damage. Just enough to be an asshole.
A nudge.
Yeah.
Just like the toe of your boot to give him a little bruise.
Mm-hmm.
On top of everybody's remembering, oh yeah, Mariel drew a mud mustache on him as you guys are walking over top of him.
Poor guy.
Forgot all about that.
Why were we all in beds and he's stuck propped in the doorway?
Touch the ghost.
Oh yeah, he touched the ghost.
You do see him twitching a bit. And the first thing that the first individuals coming into the inn here is Ash, fill them in. Maybe. If we still have Ash with us.
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, apparently I have been muted. Son of a bitch.
That's the worst.
We haven't just been ignoring you this whole time.
I'm glad. But you hear me scream out in pain. Ah, there's two of them! As I guess I'm sprawled on the floor.
And you all see, especially, it was Ruvik who had walked in first, with Zolas just falling straight behind or the other way around. Either which way, you seen Ash spread eagle on the floor, holding onto the post, gritting her teeth, screaming, with the ghost apparently mostly submerged into her corporeal form, and blood spewing out from in between her spread legs. Her pants are off to the side, and there's seems to be a lot of blood. And that's all you guys are focused on at this particular instance in time.
This is so graphic. No thanks. I'm going to the bar.
Else.
This is gross. I'm leaving.
There's no like nobody. There doesn't seem to be any like anyone like
Reacting to
like,
it in the
right.
bar. No, everybody seems to be burying their faces as much as they possibly can into their mugs and their food, trying to ignore as much as possible.
Can I roll intimidation to see if they're to try to get somebody to help her out?
Just intimidate people and they're like, help bring this baby into the world.
Yeah, like, because I'm huge.
Sure. I'm not sure what you're intending or where you're directing your intimidation towards.
Just like the general populace of the bar, mostly because I'm like frustrated and tired, and I'm trying to relax, and there's just like more commotion going on
Go ahead and
in the
roll.
bar. Like after we get through this battle. 15. Really? No.
Yeah, really, that did just happen.
Oh, I thought my Discord disconnected real quick.
Oh, no. I was staring at the nat 20 that came across my screen for the rest of the bar. I'm not sure how you've tried to intimidate them, as in what words you're trying to say or anything, but...
Will somebody just help her, please?
They all just like blink at him.
Pretty much. They just,
Like, dude, no.
they're just, for the most part...
I just order a drink after he says that.
standing around, mulling about, and...
Are they out? Are the babies out?
No. So the first thing that I'd had Ash roll was 4d6. Do you remember what you got?
Oh, I think I got 8.
I thought it was a 9. Either way, that's the amount of hours you're in labor.
Oh God!
Oh my god.
No! I already hate these kids.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna buy everyone in the bar around and say to the miracle of life or birth or whatever it is.
I ask for the hardest drink that they have.
You're giving birth.
Fuck it! I need to not feel feelings.
Fucking cheers.
You're already very numb from Manipolos, and
Okay.
but he does
I'm already very numb, but I'm screaming in misery.
he does explain. No, I like this group, Skander. I knew I had something here. Getting them together. He's patting
Did we
himself.
see him?
Mm-mm. You see the ghost, and you hear his voice coming from the ghost, creature that seems to be on top of, or mostly surrounding Ash.
Manny, since when are you a doctor?
Well, I haven't had the proper schooling. One could call themselves a doctor, but I understand, for the most part, how life begins and ends. Normally interested on the ending part, but I was...
I bet you do!
Wow, that must be comforting, Ash.
I feel like I'm in good hands.
How much does it cost to buy everyone in this bar a drink?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Free! Because they don't charge you for drinks.
What? Wait, what?
Oh, we just
Well,
lost
in
more.
that case.
Yeah, so when you would ordered Vomaira, the ghost-like creature floated up to the other side of the bar from you, pulls up a mug from under the counter, sets it down in front of you, and puts one of its appendages over top of it, and you just see a go into the glass.
Cool. Take a big sip.
Constitution.
Yeah. Go. If I'm an addict, do I have like a baseline or like an advantage?
Well, that's for specifically your other ones. This is quite a new substance to you as you sip on it,
Oh, okay. So this one like fucks me up then.
because it lingers in your mouth as it, even before it gets there, because it permeates your nose with this.
Yeah, I scrunch my nose and like squint my eyes and just go ooh.
And you feel your entire face go numb.
Oh.
You're gonna go,
Yeah, then I just go like slackjaw, like it's great.
and that is what you sound like, but to everyone else, you have this giant grin on your face that you can't feel.
Okay, maybe we
I'm
should
just-
give Ash some
I'm
of
just like covered in mud with like with a mug of some sort, giant smile on my face, just like staring, like.
And the ghost proceeds with your order as you're mulling about how to looking in your purse, Zolas, to try and pay for it. Just see it start lining mugs up on the table, and everyone else in the bar going, fuck it, we'll have one with you. And
We're all just hanging out while you're going
Ash
through
is gonna-
labor.
Yeah, for 9 hours worth of drinking while I give birth.
Yes,
Well,
correct.
that's usually how it goes, right?
yeah,
Gotta just wait.
yep, pretty much.
Yeah, you drink and you smoke stogies in the waiting room until you get yelled at by the staff.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's my plan.
So, as the night proceeds, or day, you're not really sure. The exhaustion from the day still lingering prevalently for everyone. No one seeming to want to leave, though, as Ash continues to huff and puff. And,
Blow the house down. Sorry.
with
Screech the house down.
with
I can only imagine the yells.
the first and then second head that bursts forth from her. And
Are they normal looking?
then you
Or can I even see?
you can see
I'm just imagining you all with drinks in your hand standing around me while I'm spread eagle on the floor with ghost tendrils inside me. Just fluids and infants coming out.
Well, Josh also described it weird, so now I'm picturing that both heads just came out at the same time. Is it a two-headed baby?
That's what it looks like, I'm guessing.
Totally,
Yep.
totally unfazed at this point.
Yep, it is a two-headed baby.
A two-headed baby, not
So,
not
yeah,
babies.
so there's just
A
the
two-headed
ash,
baby.
ghost, two heads on it coming out of somewhere. It's just like a pile of bodies.
Chauvin stuck in the doorway. It's all just people on the floor of this bar.
Flint sat down with the first dwarf he's had and has ignored the rest of the situation and is probably passed out at the table.
Yeah, like he's like, I want to pretend this isn't happening. Which I think is funny because I feel like Hamilton would have the exact opposite reaction.
Right. Yeah. So you have two babies. Well, one baby
Are
that's
they-
two babies.
One baby that's two babies.
Yep.
Are they okay?
Can I tell
We
what
have word-
race they are?
What race?
Yeah, because we were two different races.
Mm. The first head seems to that's there. You can't tell exactly which head is the first, but counting from left to right as one does, the first one it has milky eyes similar to the race of yours, whereas the other one has the eyes of its father. It seems like.
So each head appears as a different. Okay,
Yep.
I'm just trying to write this down. I also can't find my notebook, so I'm just like writing down on a scratch pad. And I'm gonna have to transfer this to the notebook when I find it.
Yeah, I feel you there. My notes are a wreck of just different placings. I need to eventually go back through and reorganize it, but I enjoy the chaos that it provides. Because sometimes I'll just go back and read something and, like the two-headed baby, that wasn't what was going to come out, but you guys understood it as a two-headed baby, so that's what it is.
That's what it is. Fate decided.
Will it have one or two names?
Probably two names. Oh God, I've got to name this thing.
And it does wail softly before you're coddling it, or swaddling it in your hands and arms, and the ghost floats away over to the bar. And Manny goes,
knew-
"Oh gosh, I could use a drink now."
So, where is Bob in all this? And have I taken off my backpack and is like Nuisance still attached to it and the backpack's just somewhere in the room?
Nuisance is still attached to the backpack, and it is still mostly attached to you. If it's only by like one strap though, you were kind of using it to help prop yourself up. It seems like
I
as
was
you're
using Nuisance as a pillow.
and you're seeing Nuisance attached to it, but not breathing.
Oh shit. It's been 9 hours. At least.
God.
Oh no! We're all drinking and celebrating. Well, you guys are. I was slightly distracted. I blame the rest of you.
Congratulations.
Why are you responsible for so many living beings?
I don't know.
And she's dead. Well, because aren't you like an undead or something?
I'm a changeling. Yeah.
Oh, changeling. There we
Yeah, so I have like really pale skin, really pale hair.
You're thinking of
But,
Griselda, though.
Mhm.
go. Okay.
I guess I'm just gonna lay there exhausted, like holding this two-headed baby. Is everything else formed appropriately? Like, does it have 2 arms, 2 legs, or a few arms, a few legs, a tail?
It seems all very well formed, but if you could flip me a coin.
Okay,
What'd you get?
heads.
It's a boy.
It's a boy. It has an Audi. All right, got it. Writing that down. Has an Audi.
Audi 5000.
We do with that.
What is Flint's race? Is he an air ganassi or a water ganassi?
He's an Azamir.
Oh. Well. Been thinking of that wrong this whole time. Now I need to Google what that looks like.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Yeah, this whole time I thought he was a ganassi. I'm such an attentive wife, guys.
Well, you have so many lives to keep track of. It's kind of hard.
This is true.
Is Bob around? Where's Bob?
Ah, yes. To answer that question, I was looking around for myself as well. He'd escaped the mound a while back when you were suffocating. He slithered his way out in between the gook. Where did he go? Visibly on the map, I do not see him either. Maybe I just start selecting things. Did he get moved down here? Nope. Nope. Well, I'll just grab him back.
I was gonna
from
say
over
I
here.
don't think he's gonna go far because I still have his skull on me.
Yeah. He would have eventually slithered back over. Especially when the delivery was happening, I would guess. He would have heard your cries and found where you went and slithered into the place. And probably around your neck as you're catching your breath and holding your newly born child? I'm not sure how to refer to it yet.
Yeah. Yeah, is it singular? Newly born creature. And you said that one of them just has like its father's eyes, so it has glowing Aesir eyes.
Yep.
What are you gonna name it, Ash?
I have no idea. I have not thought about this at all.
1 name or 2 names?
I'm gonna guess that it needs 2.
Okay. And like, what do we do now with it?
Yeah, now yeah, like what now?
Manny Polis chimes in. Ah! You guys are gonna need a safe haven, it seems like.
I mean that would be quite nice, but where would that be?
Yeah. Well, in hell, it's fairly hard to come by. But I bet if you went and visited the Witch of the East, she could provide such a thing on this level.
Babysitter.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking. I was like, can I pawn this baby off on her?
On a witch? Is that is that wise?
I mean, like, don't they like children?
For like sacrifice or something?
Or sustenance.
Wait, what did you say? The witch of the witch of the East, right?
Yep.
Oh. Okay. I would like to just take a really long rest. Am I able to stand up at all?
You're very shaky as you're holding yourself on the post. It doesn't seem like you could probably walk more than a couple steps before falling over without any support or help.
Do we still have the 2 rooms we bought earlier?
Oh, aye, says one of the dwarves. It hasn't even been but a few hours, it seems.
I'm gonna ask for help up to the room. Will somebody just help me get up to this room?
Ruvik's gonna help her up there, because he wants one of the beds too. He wants a long rest.
Wait, before you leave, no one gets to use this baby in a ritual but me. No sacrifices
Wait,
by witches.
you actually, like, your character yells this out?
Yes.
Okay. I just look at you holding this baby, which, by the way, I'm thinking is still just naked. I'm exhausted. I just give you, like, a thumbs up, like, okay, cool.
I guess I'll go up to
I
the
need
room
to roll
like these
anything to
guys.
help her upstairs.
You guys are both walking at this point, though you should probably both.
I'm pretty.
You know what?
Beat up.
You would roll a. You guys are both beat up. Yeah, that's true too. A. Strength check walking up the stairs, but with advantage because you guys are helping each other up the stairs. Even though most of it is you, Ruvik, as you can tell, Ash is mostly unconscious already.
Yep, I rolled a 4.
20.
Nice. So you catch Ash a few times as she slips on the steps and help her.
Easy.
And you look behind and you see the blood that's dripping behind as she's walking up the stairs.
Oh, shit, am I dying? Am I hemorrhaging right now?
Well, I mean, you haven't been sewed up. But it
Ah, shit!
does seem to be slowing the blood.
I
Manny did a bad job.
You need axe. I don't have.
I'm gonna
I
cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Oh, okay. There you go.
This
Just
whole
be
time
like,
you can
ow,
cure
fuck,
wounds?
this hurts, and I cast Cure Wounds. It was one of the new spells I picked up because I knew our mangoes would eventually run out.
I'm just gonna walk up the stairs normally after them.
Okay. I'm
literally gonna look at you and ask. You didn't think of that before?
I kind of had, a situation going on.
I don't know how much health you had left, Ash, but the total so far from just the blood loss and such was an 8 damage. It doesn't say anything in this description for birth that I'd sent you to of damage, but I feel like,
Yeah, you would take a lot of damage. Okay,
Yeah.
so if I had taken like 8 damage, in that instance, then I just gave myself that back.
Yep.
So I'm just evened out at 20 now.
Okay. You guys get to the top.
But hopefully I'm like not bleeding anymore.
It does seem like the stem of blood has slowed and mostly stopped. It is not even trickling. But Zolas, you walk up to the top of the stairs, falling slowly behind them so as not to.
Yeah, they're struggling to help each other up the stairs, and I just walk up normally.
Yep. What is Vamira doing?
I'm just still sitting at the bar.
Oh, okay. Where did the heck? Oh, there you go. I threw you off into like the void. Here we go.
Yeah. It's like, where did I go?
So you're still here, Vamira, but I'd clicked on at the bar, and I'd clicked upstairs to shift everyone's camera that was over there. That's probably why you're not seeing anything, but
I'm down at the bar.
okay,
I'm fine. I'm good.
cool. So you
I just continue. Like I just continue to sip on my drink, smiling ridiculously.
Ruvik and Ash get to the top of the inn, and I'm assuming open the door that you know using the key that you had gotten previously on the first room, Ruvik, and where Ash had been placed before. Place her
Yeah,
on
because
an
there's one
individual
room
bed.
with multiple beds.
Yep. And you
Let
previously placed Ash in here, but that's I'm not making a decision for you, but that's where I was guessing you were going to take her.
let's,
Yeah, I would like to go to a bed.
let's get you in bed. Let's go.
Roll for tucking in. No, I'm just kidding. And you close the door and make sure it's locked behind you, and you see Zolas waiting outside the second room that you open up for both of you to wander into. Or maybe.
There's the
You
door.
look little worse for wear.
You're one to talk. I actually don't look that bad. I have only got hit once.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking I'd mean it a little sarcastically as I'm heading, because Ruvik's definitely heading towards bed.
So you probably just kind of grunt.
Slumps down with all of his weight on the bed. Ugh.
Sweet dreams. I get my spells back.
And a whole bunch of XP. I don't remember exactly where you guys are at off the top of my head, but I'll be adding that. And this is an excellent place to stop for that. I don't know if you're still down at the bar or not, but at least you would get a short rest there, Vomira.
Yeah, I'll probably finish my drink, like slowly, and then like stumble up to a room, pass out.
And in doing so, you go up the stairs. I got you pretty close. Keep going. Here. Ah, shit, I grabbed the wrong person. That was one of the dwarves. That's the danger of scrolling out to like 200. Eh. Eh. This was the perfect setup when I was doing it before. Before I came here. Nope. What the fuck is this? Okay, I'm just gonna do it this way. Slowly but surely. This way? Yeah, there we go. Haha. You get up to the top of the stairs. Dink. And you are able to walk around upstairs, but there isn't evidently a room directly off the stairs.
I just lean against the wall and slide down. put my hood over my head.
Okay. And more or less fall asleep.
Basically.
Yeah. We'll have to figure out what the rest of the crew is doing here the next time we play, but other than Flint, who we know is passed out at the a table with a dwarf that he'd become friends with during the birth. But otherwise, good session, y'all.
Oh man.
And congratulations, Ash.
Yep, gotta come up with a baby name.
Yeah.
It's only been a little over a year now, which is about the gestation period they were saying. So I was like, well, I guess this is about perfect. I was thinking to try and maybe make it on Eurythmic Veracity, but I myself and about no one else was nearly enough conscious to have that happen, so...
Yeah, we all took it pretty far that night.
Yeah.
Non-gameplay.
Yeah, so...
We didn't accomplish anything.
In the...
Yeah, we started combat and then we're unable to finish it.
we only made it, like, 2 more rounds into that combat, too. That's what the encounter tracker told me. Like, so we'd only made it around everybody's turn 1 or twice, 2 more times.
Felt
No,
so
we
much
did it.
longer than that.
We had more rounds than that, but I know at one point, like, you stopped keeping track of rounds. You just kind of, like, called out on people, like, okay, what do you do? And then we would just, like, react. Because at one point, Johnny was like, you skipped me twice! He got really pissed.
You were not okay. You were like telling us to roll Constitution saves, and then we would, and then nothing would happen.
That sounds about right.
You were trying to read the rules, and
I couldn't.
you were too drunk to read the rules.
Yeah, I remember that point. I distinctly remember that point because it was by the 3rd or 4th attempt that I distinctly remember, anyways, of me not being able to understand the rule after I read it the 3rd or 4th time. I'm like, this dyslexia is kicking real hard. I must be really drunk. All right, we're done.
Because I rolled a 6 on a Constitution save, and you read the rules a bunch of times, and were like, well, nothing happened. And I was like, I rolled a 6. And you were like, uh-huh. And,
Yep, that sounds nice.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Times.
Yep, definitely good times. I blame your Jello shots, though, too, Zolas.
Yeah, once they were brought to the table, we were all going down.
well, there was one point
Going
whenever
down.
we didn't even, like, everyone just stood up at the same time and started dancing.
Yes.
And there was no reason.
A good song came on. We had to dance.
That was the reason.
And it all went downhill from there.
You did.
I think it was a good time. I still think it was worth it.
Yep. Wasn't that many bad ramifications for the next day, at least on my case, other than to being sluggish, so I think it was all worked out for the good.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, actually.
It was a really good time.
Hey, we should do that again, you guys.
I would agree. Yeah.
I think we'll be keeping that yearly tradition quite well so far.
I was gonna say, you guys want to meet up for Christmas?
Ugh. That's gonna be hard.
Yeah,
That would be hard.
that would be. I think keeping
You
it
know?
like this
I-
makes it nice so that we can.
Yeah.
Because also too, on Halloween isn't exactly for most people anyhow the family tradition that Thanksgiving and Christmas can be.
Yeah.
Right. Not as many plans getting tied up or in the way.
Yep.
Feel that.
Plus, it just plays into the whole spooky nature of D&D for the most part.
Yeah.
Right.
It all works out well.
And I'm so glad we got through that battle and I'm not dead. That makes me happy.
You survived.
Right?
the
We're
first
alive.
one.
We're all alive.
That-
Well,
that was his very first one too.
If it makes you feel any better, there were a couple party members that were definitely more dead than you were, and
they
probably
were.
should be dead.
I tried to help them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Nuisance. I killed you because I used you as a pillow.
During your child labor.
Just imagining Ash laying in bed. I killed him. Ah, I killed my friend. Because, emotional mess.
Yeah. Yeah, you hadn't been leaning into the hormones as much as you could have technically for the last while either. But
Well, I should lean into it more now because, everything's just going to be chaos from me from now on. Everybody prepare yourself. If it doesn't make sense, I'm going to do it.
leaning into that chaos. I love it.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
It's definitely a good time tonight, y'all.
Was.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Boys.
Big game.
Absolutely. Thanks for everyone that made it.
Boy.
Yep.
Bye.
We did that without
night.
Warren too. We definitely got to give him shit.
Right.
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter, or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.